and welcome to my retreat. So, this is a video about where I've been in the past for the past week. And the answer to that is not only do I have physical challenges, but sometimes I also have emotional challenges. And this week, I was dealing with some of those emotional challenges. But even more so, dealing with what it's like when facilities are not equipped for somebody in a wheelchair or somebody with physical disabilities, such as paraplegia. For those of you who don't know, I will go over it briefly because I know on my first blog, the microphone wasn't working or something. So I'll go over it briefly again, what happened to me. I fell 30 feet from a ledge that was supposed to be to my apartment. It was because I couldn't get into my apartment and I got scared and I tried to climb over the ledge and I let go and boom, it was over. I fell. So, that's why I am in a wheelchair and in a nursing facility for the time being. I'm planning on getting my own apartment, but that hasn't happened as of yet. Anyways, okay, so where I've been. On Thursday, we had our weekly Bible study, and for some reason or other, I was already feeling frustrated. My therapy session was cut shorter than I would have liked. I would have liked to exercise longer. I didn't get to. So I was already feeling a little bit irritated. I was feeling kind of rebellious. And Shirley, who is a very rude elderly lady here, said, "Fold up your cane." Okay, so I'm blind, so I folded up. But I didn't just fold it up. I folded it up and slammed it down on my lap because let's face it, I was frustrated. I'd already had a bad week. Okay, I mean, just feeling depressed, that kind of junk. And other stuff that had happened, which I won't go into here. But just emotional stuff. And that caused me to kind of go over the edge. I didn't realize I did this, but I pushed the cane toward the woman, folded up, which could be a powerful punch if it had hit her. Now, I didn't do this on purpose. That I did not do on purpose. I'm not someone who likes to go around harming people, especially elderly people. However, I was frustrated. It really made me upset, and I did it. I started crying. I said something. I don't remember what I said, but then I went outside. It was cold outside. I just wanted to calm down. I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, but I didn't care. I went outside and cried and cried and cried. It was Valentine's Day, first of all. That could be one reason. I cried because Eric wasn't with me, my fiance, who had passed away 5 years ago, yesterday. I cried because I didn't have anybody. I cried because I was lonely and because I was angry. Well, the counselor who assists me at leading this Bible study came out and asked me if I was okay. I said, no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And she said that I had hit Shirley. And I said, no, I didn't. She said, yes, you did. 5 minutes later, an ambulance arrived. She said, I want you to go to Haven Behavioral and get some help. And I said, okay. So I went to the hospital, the medical hospital first. They asked me a bunch of questions. They called over here, asked her a bunch of questions. They transferred me there. My first night was heck on earth. It was bad. I just could not seem to get a grip on my emotions. And that was the last really bad incident that I had. First of all, I was flung into this situation. Luckily, they had a sliding board, which is how I transfer, excuse me. But, excuse me, it's getting late. The problem was that I had, the problem was that I had a bed that I was equipped to here. When I got there, I had a wheelchair that I wasn't equipped to and a bed that I wasn't equipped to. A bed that didn't go up and down to where I needed it. It's for transfers. It was just a bed that was cemented to the floor. They put me in the bed. They had to lift me and put me in the bed, which was hard. It was hard as a rock. I didn't sleep much that first night. Maybe 2 or 3 hours, if that. Then, next day I got up, expecting to take a nap, but I didn't. I met some really cool people. One lady I met, I thought she was rude at first. We ended up becoming friends. Another one, we just talked a lot. We got to know each other and became friends. Another one dominated everything, which I just dealt with. This was one of several hospital stays I've had, but it was different because there was less people on this unit, and so there was more attention for somebody like me, more one-on-one attention, and there was activities which I got to do. So it was a lot. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about relationships. Hi, Alicia. Hi. I thought a lot about relationships. And I thought, you know, your real friends are the ones who are with you through the struggles like this, through thick and thin, through tough times and good times. Your real friends are the ones who are with you through the positive, through the negative. They'll listen to you when you say, you know what, I've had a bad day. And they'll say, why? What's wrong? Instead of, I don't want to hear about it. And that showed me who my real friends are. Not saying that if you haven't asked me how I'm doing, you're not a real friend or anything like that. Just helped me evaluate those who have been there for me through all my tragedies, through my happy times when I was in the choir at church. When I was having a good time, doing stuff. People who I've had arguments with that have lasted for months, and then we just became friends again. In hopes that friendships that are on the rocks right now will be better eventually. So, even family relationships, heck. So, anyway, I learned that can I survive in a normal environment like this? Yeah. Is it hard? Can I be as independent? No. Not at all. I mean, I learned tactics, ways of moving around on the bed. But it was hard when I was bored to do stuff because, only so much drawing you can do, and when you're blind, it's hard to draw inside the lines, if you know what I mean. One of the ladies there did a picture for me with pen. They let her do that. It's contraband, but she got to do it for me. And I colored inside the lines. I colored a few pictures. Gave one to the lady who was rude, who I became friends with. She ended up praying with me. She ended up asking me why I wasn't at breakfast one day. She ended up caring that I was leaving. It was kind of amazing. And then there was also crosswords, which I only did one. It was a Christmas one, but we did it anyway. And then there was, let me pull it out of my pocket. This model clay, which I'm making into a ball with one hand because I'm holding the phone with the other. Put the phone down. I'll make it into a ball and then I'll show you. See, it can be a ball, and then I can form it, and it can be a snake. Well, right now it looks like an egg. Anyway, just thought I'd show you all what that was about. So, my back hurt. I got my meds changed. My back hurt all the time because of the stupid beds, but it was worth it. So that's where I've been. Oh yeah, no phones. I couldn't use the phone. That was difficult, but I made it through. So, if anyone has any questions, you can comment or message me on Facebook or whatever. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.